Applying exercise to the real world. Exercise involves a lot of wear and tear, a lot of stress. Even some will say a lot of punishment inflicted on your body. When it comes to working out, you tend to notice that you get very tired. You may want to quit. You may want to give up in the middle of a set. You may want to stop while you're doing the reps. Trying to go for failure, trying to push all the way through the exercise. But it's like, dang, man, it hurts. It's just painful. A lot of times, you just don't want to even go in the first place. But the thing is, right, with these exercises, you continue to go. You continue to go to the gym. You continue to work your biceps, you continue to work the arms, the upper body, you continue to do your push days, your pull days, your legs. You continue to work out. You continue to exercise, you continue to put your body through a lot of stress. You know it's gonna make you better. You continue to play your sport, you continue to practice, you continue to go for your runs every morning. It doesn't feel good at all. It doesn't, it's not fun. Your flesh is weak. You're beating your body down. But you know in the back of your mind that you're only trying to get better. You know in the back of your mind that you're trying to maybe outdo the person you were the previous day. You're trying to become better than you were when you first ran that track meet, when you ran a 10.9. You're trying to get a 10.7. You're doing better because you want to receive a lot of catches and you dropped a lot of passes in the previous game. You want to get your receptions up. You want to make your shots. You want to go out there and just get better. But it's going to take the hard work. You know this, but this is why you keep going back. You're striving for something that's going to make you better. You're striving for perfection. You're striving for being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. Now, do you think that's gonna take work? Don't you think it's gonna take a little bit of work? Don't you think it's gonna take a little bit of sacrifice, a little bit of pain, a little bit of, I don't know, stress, wear and tear? Now, how does this apply to the real world, folks? Well, the real world works in the same manner. The real world works the exact same way when it comes to the trials and tribulations that you go through in life. How do they make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel like you're fighting something? You're fighting a lot of flesh. You're fighting a lot of urges. You're fighting the temptation to give in. You're fighting the temptation to give up. You're fighting for even that relief that you're going to get after you're done. We don't usually put ourselves through these trials and tribulations. We don't put ourselves through tough, stressful situations, wear and tear. We don't necessarily want to do that because it's like our flesh, our bodies always want to look for a way out. Our bodies always want to look for the path of least resistance. But you got to think though, just as your physical body is training, is exercising, striving to look better. Your physical body is trying to build the muscle. Your physical body is trying to be able to withstand more weight, more pressure. It's the same way with your mind. It's the same way with your spirit. It's the same way when it comes to trials and tribulations and things of that nature. Everything of the sort. It's the same manner because you're gonna have to go through a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, probably situations that you never even wanted to be in the first place. But the thing is, the number one key that's going to allow you to get through, the one thing that you always have to keep in the back of your mind, is that I gotta get better. I gotta be better. I may fall down, I may fail. I may drop the weight a little bit. I may have failed that rep. I may have walked out because it got hard. What are the lessons in these things? Do we continue to give up? Do we continue to fail? Do we continue to let the weights beat us down? Do we continue to let our insecurities hold us captive, hold us back from our true potential? Do we let the hard times consume our minds, consume our spirits to the point where we can't finish the race that God has called us to? We got to think about these things when we are working out. We got to think about these things when we're out there exercising. We got to think about these things when we do what we're doing in everyday life. Everyday life is a reflection of the work that we do when we work out, when we exercise. Your mind should be exercised in the same way. You should exercise your spirit in the same way. To godliness, to doing the right thing, performing righteous acts. These things make you better. These things are going to help you overcome. These things are worth it in the end. Bodily exercise only profits just but a little, but true spiritual exercise is what matters and is what's going to profit you not only in this life but in the life to come. So maybe you've been down, maybe you've been hurt, maybe you've been going through a lot of trials and tribulations, but it's only going to get you better. It's not there to keep you down. You're not here to stay down. You're here to maybe be down for a little while. Maybe you're in the position that you're in now just for a season, just so that you can prove that you can get out of it alive, get out of it unscathed, get out of it maybe with some wounds on you. You might got a little scrape on your knee. You might have busted your face up a little bit. You might have fell on your butt. You might have fell, broke something. You might have went through some hard times, right? You might have failed that rep. You gotta understand it's only gonna get you better. You gotta make sure you see the lessons in these scenarios. They're not failures. On the outward, it looks like a failure. On the outward, it looks like you've lost. On the outward, it looks like this is pummeling you. This is wearing you down. Are you gonna let it wear you down? Are you gonna let the hard times, the trials, and tribulations that you might be going through, are you gonna let it consume you? Are you gonna let it overtake you, overtake your mind, overtake your spirit, to the point where you just give up, to the point where you go into a deep depression and end up thinking that life just isn't what it seems to be, what I thought it was gonna be? So many people try to paint this image, paint this picture of what life is supposed to be, but it's gonna be different for everybody. It's not just, we're all created unique, and we all have a purpose here on this earth to not only help others, to not only help ourselves, but to understand who our God is, but to understand that we use these talents, we use these gifts that we have to glorify the one true Creator. Don't stay down, but get back up. Righteous men fall down 7 times, but they get back up again, over and over and over again. They know that they flawed. They know that they're gonna mess up. They feel bad when they mess up, but that does not mean that they've given up. That does not mean that they've given in. That does not mean that they gave out. That does not mean they ain't got more left in the tank. Keep going.